kind of just wanted to make this video today to spread a little bit of awareness, not necessarily give advice, but maybe if somebody has been in a similar situation like this or is currently in a situation where they're feeling suicidal, just to maybe give a little bit of hope. So I want to start off with saying that these are my personal experiences with suicide, suicidal thoughts, and ideation, and just make sure to continue to take care of yourself and continue to keep going and keep trying. So I want to start off by saying that when I was younger, I felt passively suicidal a lot of the times. And it's not that I actively wanted to die, I just felt very invisible and I felt very alone and like nobody cared about me, right? It never really hit me that these suicidal thoughts were kind of like abnormal and that I guess maybe like everybody else didn't have like similar thoughts like that. I just remember feeling invisible and like nobody cared about me, like I said. There were times where the thoughts felt a lot more active and a lot more loud, like maybe things wouldn't get better. And a lot of times I felt like really hopeless. And like I was saying, it's not that I necessarily wanted to die or not to be here anymore. I just felt like the thoughts were so persistent and it kind of felt like the only way after having the thoughts so many times. And then part of me felt really weak for having those thoughts in the first place and not being in control of where my mind is going, right? There were times where I felt actively suicidal, and those were my hardest, my lowest and darkest of times, because I really felt like things wouldn't get better. And I really believed that nobody cared about me and I just didn't feel like being here anymore. And I have a lot of people who tell me that I look like I wouldn't be suicidal. I don't think there's a look, right? But but I've heard a lot of people say that I don't look like I would be suicidal, or they wouldn't have guessed that. And maybe just because I smile a lot or because I'm bubbly, but that's another reason why I wanted to make this video, because you really never know what people are going through. A lot of the times I felt like I had to be like smiling all the time for other people's sake, or just to pretend like I was in a good mood, pretend like everything was okay, when it really wasn't. Pretending honestly got to be too much. So if you're watching this and you feel like you are struggling with your existence, or you have struggled with your existence in the past, I'm not gonna lie and just be like everything's gonna magically get better overnight, because it is definitely a process. But I can tell you that there is hope for you, there is hope for your future and for the life you deserve and that you see for yourself, or maybe you don't see for yourself. But personally, I think you should keep going. I think that you should keep trying. But I understand that sometimes it feels like darkness is all that there is, and that it is very, very consuming. But honestly, I am so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful for the chance to make an impact in the world, to listen to music, to dance, to be silly, you know, to laugh, and just to do all of the things. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to make this video, I guess to say that you guys aren't alone, that I have been there. And I just hope that you keep going, that you keep trying, and I love you guys. Bye.